Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and I am back with a new show. Yes, Marvel has come out with yet another show featuring some of their less popular yet well-loved character combination. The first foray they kind of went into this was with The Runaways last year, which did quite well, so well that it actually got renewed for season 2, which I'm very much looking forward to. And now it is Cloak and Dagger. So I'm going to be straight up, I don't know anything about them. I've never heard of Cloak and Dagger, but I heard when this was announced, I saw a lot of fanboys and girls being very excited to see this come to the screen. And yeah, I'm really anxious to see what it's all about. I do know that there's a guy, that Cloak and Dagger consists of a girl-guy combination. And that's pretty much all I know. I am very, very fresh to this series. So again, forgive me if there are things that I don't know. And if I ask what seemingly very naive questions, it really is out of true naivety. I don't know. But I'm very interested in seeing how this develops. I've heard some mixed reviews about the premiere, but overall positive. Like, people seem to be excited to continue watching as the season continues. So I'm just going to read the synopsis for my own sanity. So the very short synopsis for this show is: two teenagers from very different backgrounds find themselves burdened and awakened to newly acquired superpowers while falling in love. Aww. So, teen drama, obviously, to an extent. That's kind of what these shows have been going for. Obviously, Runaways did a great job with targeting that audience. And so we've got the same thing going on here. It looks like both of these guys have superpowers of some kind. So I'm very excited to see that. And well, let's just jump into it. We can talk about it afterwards. I know it was a 2-episode premiere. I'm going to do the first episode first, and then we will get on to the second one as soon as I can. So without further ado, let's start this one. Boop.
We installed a car stereo.
Okay, that jacket is bigger than that kid.
It's in my room. So.
Oh, look at her little pink bag. She's so cute. Oh, remember them flip phones, y'all? Throwback.
Come on, man. What are you so afraid of?
Jail?
I'm in trouble again. My pops is gonna beat the black off of you.
Oh, that expression. I love it.
Whatever, man.
Yo.
Smart. That one has brains. Aww. Okay, there's something really cute about this imagery of dancing in the rain. Little girl. So cute. Damn. Woo! She woke. Oh, remember Blackberries? Oh, the throwbacks.
Look, man, we're gonna go take this back, okay?
Mm-hmm. Knew that was about to happen. I mean, brother, there's no way that's gonna end well. What just happened? What the actual... Oh my... That cop didn't do none of that by accident. 2 blank shots to the chest. Come on. Oh, sweetie. No kid should ever have to see that. But I know, sadly, it's a reality for a lot of kids. Yes, sweetie, I hope you can swim. You need to get out of there. Sunroof? Holy crap, no! Okay, something just exploded. Okay. Kind of particle accelerators are kind of thing. Okay, that doesn't look inviting. What actually is that? No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Put your hands down. Oh. Wait. How? Good intro. Your necklace is backwards. Embarrassing.
I have a house. And my uncle let me have the run of the place for the weekend.
Oh, really? Something tells me she knew that already.
You got a dope playlist?
She's a player. I like it. How has nobody seen that this kid is straight up okay?
I feel you. Maybe we should both leave.
Now hold on. I just dropped $6 on bottle service.
Okay, that's not her problem.
Jack them of their rich kid stuff.
Sir, this is why you should be more selective about where you put your parts. But you look like a little rapey, so you probably deserved it. Really? No one's gonna call that? Really? Thank you. Since nobody else was gonna do something about it.
Go to bed.
Like, did his parents not see that happening, or?
No, you're okay.
Careful.
Shut up and smile. Don't spread your legs.
I like this parallel photography or videography right now. I like that we're seeing him and then her, then him and then her. Both trying to escape. So she doesn't sleep at home, but she has a home. Keep her stash in there. Oh, that's her ballet bag. Aw.
So I'm gonna go get some proper towels. Something a little more absorbent. Absorbent.
Yeah,
That word.
I'd appreciate that.
Okay.
Did she just steal something off you, bro? She took your wallet, boy.
My wallet. Hey, blonde girl!
Why would you yell and not just... Okay. Okay. So it works together. Interesting.
Go.
Stop running.
Give me my wallet back first.
Who are you?
You got played. Cancel your credit card, son.
Crazy white girl?
Thieving thief who thieves. She is gonna rob the wrong person one day, though.
Serious. God. Heaven. Angels.
He's like, I still don't have full blood to my brain right now. Can we just hold off on the deep convo?
Thanks.
I love that he burritos. Totally get that. Unless he suddenly moved to the street, how the hell did he get there? He looks so cute there, all wrapped in his sheet. I see the imagery there. I see it. Thank you. Oh yes, let that cloak flow in the breeze. Yes, yes. Rocks on.
The Coast Guard found his body washed up last night. Tissue tests revealed drugs in his system.
Lies.
That's not true. He's lying. You're lying and you know it. Why don't you shot Billy? I saw it.
We've got no evidence of that. His body was in no state to look for bullet holes. But
Wow.
he was a fire weapon.
Cover up. Well, that's my favorite breakfast too. Just kidding.
Hey, Mom.
Thanks.
Mom, I'm okay.
Wow, her blood has the power to take you to the past and stuff. Okay.
No, no.
How are you gonna take a cab when you ain't got no money?
What have you been up to?
You know, just trying to get home and find clothes and
Today,
my identity.
I'm afraid that even if you do everything perfectly, I'm gonna lose you.
That is a very real reality. She is smothering a bit, but it's what happens when someone's lost a child. She has a nerve to go in a stolen dress with a stolen ticket, too. How'd she even get up there? Is this gonna be a Carrie moment? She gonna just pour a bunch of pig's blood on these poor dancers? Is homie just passing out? Oh, my brother, you need to chain yourself to something. So it's whatever he's... So is it whoever he's thinking about? Like, can he track people without even realizing he's tracking people? Mm-hmm. Told you you're gonna rob the wrong person one day. Cold. She's always been a bit mean, hasn't she? She doesn't even try to make sure he's okay. Just peace. Put that back. Get your fingers off of that.
Just give up.
Never give up. Bite his ear off. What did she hit? Was that just her finger? What the hell is that? Girl just like pulled a crystal out of nowhere. What was the murder weapon, sir? Light? Maybe just go to sleep or something. Whatever you do, just pass out. Pass out. Wow. So he can teleport. Interesting. I like that dark effect around him. That's cool. Well, had some little audio issues towards the end of that episode, guys, but very interesting. They both now definitely know that there is some hijinks are afoot. That was the first episode, which was called First Light of Cloak and Dagger. I liked it. I think it was a really good pilot, solid pilot. I realized it was kind of a two-parter, so there is another half, but that first half of it was really, really good. I think they did a great job introducing us to Tyrone and Dandy, I think she said her name was. Getting a good idea as to how they came in contact the first time, how their abilities happened, although we still don't have the actual explanation. We know that it had to do with that explosion and them being in the same place at the same time when that explosion went off. There's a lot of shared trauma, a lot of shared experiences between these two, which is definitely going to help to cement their relationship. Both of them lost a family member that was very close to them that day, and both of them have kind of been spiraling a bit since, and it's very interesting. I did liked it. I think it's really well done. I'll just jump into the points that I picked up out of this episode that I thought were pretty cool. It was interesting to see how things are going in Tyrone's world. I really like that things are a bit different, because typically in a show where you have a black person and a white person, almost always it's the case where the white person comes from a middle class, suburban, well-to-do family, and then the black kid's the one that's from the struggling hood, homeless, you know, that sort of situation. So to see that reversed is kind of refreshing. I mean, obviously I don't want anyone to be homeless or dealing with a situation of, you know, where they just can't live a good life, but it's just nice not to see that stereotype be placed on the black character. I love the parallel storytelling we got all episode with these two. Very, very well done. And it's a great way that until we actually get them in the same space interacting together, we don't necessarily have to lose time with both, if that makes sense. Because a lot of times when you have a show like this where we clearly have two protagonists, they're not together now. They're gonna bring them together. Whether that's gonna be in the next half of the premiere, I'm not sure. But until that happens, without us necessarily losing time and losing development on those characters, the fact that we had the two of them being shown to us, but also the fact that even though they were juxtaposed to each other in the sense of this was this one's life and this one's life, I like that they showed that there were so many similarities, even though they weren't, you know, the same person or in the same situation per se. I love that they showed them both getting dressed or undressed for the day. We saw them both dealing with their mutual demons. You know, in Tyrone's case, it's the fact that his dead brother is kind of looming over him as guilt on his part, but also the fact that his parents have kind of become hyper helicopter about him because of what happened. And then you've got, of course, with poor Dandy just trying to suffer again. She's dealing with the guilt of the survivor's guilt of surviving what happened with her father, but then having to deal with a mother who is completely checked out and trying to figure out her own way to navigate this world, right? So I just like that even though their situations are kind of different in a sense, they're very similar, and they just watching them go through their day-to-day lives and the things that, you know, they both do to start their day or end their day or deal with stress, and how they're actually quite similar, I thought was really, really good. It's interesting. I don't know what the powers are, but I think it's very interesting that they were triggered by each other. So obviously the two of them were together the night of that explosion, so it makes sense that whatever, we're still not sure what caused their mutation, because in the Marvel world we've got, you know, born mutants, people who are actually born with a genetic anomaly that made them have whatever they have, and then of course we've got other ones that had incidents happen to them, like Spider-Man, where, you know, we got bit by a spider and then he became a super, although I believe they said that he was already a mutant, but that the spider somehow activated it. Regardless, whatever happened on that ship is what changed these two, it seems like, to have these powers, and these powers seem to be linked. So we see so far with Dandy's powers, there's a lot of light involved, bright lights. It looks like she's got the power of creating things. Very interesting that it's linked to memories. Like, I think that moment she had with her mother, like she said her mom was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm wondering if her mother did experience that moment with her, but just didn't remember it potentially, and also her mom was drunk. You know, she had that whole like light versus with memory kind of moment, and so did Tyrone with the cop who killed his brother. You know, when he touched him, he went back into that memory of what happened on that night, and it looked like the cop was kind of shook. Now again, he also had a face full of cocaine, so he too may have just been not sure what happened there. It does seem like she can create things out of thin air with her hand. It seems to be only the hand that she touched with Tyrone, and vice versa. Tyrone seems to have the power to disappear. He seems to be able to actually teleport. And so, it seems like he teleports to wherever he's stuck. It's been happening when he sleeps so far. But he seems to teleport to whatever he's thinking about, or where he thinks about, or who he thinks about, I should say, at the time. So that's very interesting. I'm just gonna look up really quickly what it says their powers are. Okay, so according to Wikipedia, Tyrone acquired a dark form, which gives him the ability to create an aperture into the dark force. So aperture is this light manipulation, the dark force dimension, and dispatch people into the dimension. He also gained the abilities of intangibility and the teleportation of himself and others through the dark force dimension. Okay, so he's traveling in and out of a dimension when that happens, and he can also make himself intangible, which is cool, which basically means like he's a ghost. Sweet. Tandy. Sorry, her name's Tandy. It sounded like Dandy. Sorry. Tandy has the ability to create psionic light daggers, which travel wherever she wills them. Okay, so there's next level coming up. Okay. Which drain living beams of vitality when struck. All right, so they suck life as well. Interesting. Her light daggers also have the capacity to cure certain persons of drug addictions. I was wondering if we were going to deal with a whole, whatchamacallit, detoxing storyline with her, because she's clearly doing drugs. And it can alleviate Cloak's hunger for light, which simultaneously allows her to avoid becoming, overcharged. So they clearly need to be with one another. They temperate each other. Very cool. So they kind of need each other. So I'm assuming the dark force is something that's eventually going to potentially take over Tyrone in a bad way if he doesn't feed on light. Conversely, Tandy's light, I guess, so she doesn't eventually just, supernova, his dark force can absorb it. Nice. I like it. I like it. It reminds me a lot of Killer Frost and Firestorm, how their powers, her being a heat vampire and him being an infinite source of nuclear energy, how they kind of balance each other out. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they do all this, because both of those are there's gonna be an effects budget in this show, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's gonna be a little bit more expensive than the Runaways were, but we'll see. So far the effects look really, really good. I have to say they're not too cheesy, and they definitely have been sparing, at least so far, with them in the episode, and if they keep that up, it'll still look really, really cool. There's much more else to say. I think there's not a lot happened in this episode outside of really establishing our characters and figuring out where they are in this world, and of course the two of them being introduced to their powers. We all know that Tandy now can get to Tyrone whenever she wants, because she does have his wallet, which has his ID. So it's just going to be a matter of her probably wanting to figure out her powers, which will maybe cause her to reach out to him. It'll be interesting to see how he feels, because he hasn't really brought up anything about Tandy. Like, Tandy obviously remembered him from the beach, and she's got her father's jacket that she's, oh no, his jacket. It was his jacket. Sorry, it just hit me that the jacket she's wearing was his jacket because the one he had on was way too big for him. So she's had his jacket and he's kept her shoe. That's sweet. That's so cute. But obviously the two of them have still been thinking about each other without really realizing that they've been holding on to that moment. I think it was a really, really good episode. I think really, really good first half of the pilot. I'm excited for this season. If they can keep it going the way it was right now with the good pacing and the character development, I think we're gonna have another hit on our hands here. So way to go, Marvel. What did you guys think of this? Do you think it was a good premiere? And are you excited for the rest of the season? Or if any of you who are comic book lovers, do you feel like there was an accurate representation of these two characters? Or do you think they went a little too teen Hollywood? Please leave your comments below. You know I love reading that stuff with you guys. And if you like this video, guys, please click like. And if you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time,